Oh, and we are live. So, it's Sunday, and it's still Vampire Weekend. So, well, let's just dive into it. Part 6. So, yesterday, or last episode, we did some missions. We fixed the nurse Crane's situation. We removed the threat for Lady Ashbury. We got some weapons and stuff upgraded, and well, things is looking good. Got all the recipes for medicine, and yeah, it's looking great. So the next thing now is for me to go to the cemetery because, well, I am going to watch a funeral. Before I do that, I am going to replace this weapon like that. When you do make something better, it's wise to equip it even. It's stupid to have it in the bag. So yesterday I got my stamina up quite a bit. That's important. Makes you able to hit more times before you go out of the stamina. And what I'm waiting for now is to get Mesmerize up to level 3. That's the important thing now. Because then I can control people's mind, which I need to control to get them to open the door for me. As you can see, let me see here. We have Whitechapel, which I have gotten from critical up to healthy, and I need Mesmerize level 3 to get inside to this dude so I can heal him, because that will help a lot. And now I will have to run around here in this area because I need to heal up these people. There are several, so it's the mom, it's the guy who has hurt his face, it's Milton, it's Nurse Brannigan, and probably one of these ones as well. So let's start doing the job that Jonathan has. So let's start with this guy, because he needed some medicine.
Dr. Reed. Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
There. Morning coffee is done. So, how does it look on this guy? I haven't gotten any of his things out. So, let's see here. Here.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. Her arm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Yep. So that was one of them fixed. There, the middle one. So
do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
yeah. Can't blame you. Okay. So let's see if we have anything here. Oh. So we got
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
1 out of 3. So let's see here.
Daily routine.
Oh, he didn't need any. Well, I could check him just to be sure.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Yeah,
We'll talk again later.
he looks better as well, at least for now. So that can't be good. Okay, and let's go inside here. This is the other nurse, isn't it? Let me check just to be sure.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
She's
Goodbye,
fine.
Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, so let's talk to these people so we get them
Good
in
evening,
the
sir.
list.
I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansey's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Well, what a douche. Can't
You
even
need my
treat
assistance.
himself
Don't be
right.
ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
No, you don't.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
That's probably because you don't have anything to court the press with.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
So, 1 of 3. Hopefully I can get as many out as fast as possible, so I don't need to talk to this idiot again.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for people like Jonathan, there wouldn't be any doctors. Because someone took up the stick and tried something different. That's why we stopped having witch doctors around the world.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Well, that
Thank
was
you
all
for your time.
for now.
We'll talk later.
Okay, then it is the mother. She is there.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
1 out of 3. First of
require
all,
medical
let's
attention
give
as
her
well,
some
Mrs. Boswick?
medicine.
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Seems like lots of people get fatigue. So
Goodbye, Mrs.
that's probably because of the whole situation in the city. With all the sick people and stuff.
Good evening, sir.
So this is
I'm
a new
Dr.
guy.
Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
That's all he wants. And
Is
he
there
needs
anything else
some
that's
medicine
bothering
as well.
Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
So this guy has 3 as well, and he's worth nothing.
Are you
But
satisfied
let's
with your
ask
treatment?
him the
Well,
questions.
It's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Yeah,
Tell me
because
about
he
yourself,
hasn't
Mr. Fiddick.
learned
I'm just
how
a
to
regular guy
control
waiting to get
himself
his arm
yet.
fixed. so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Yeah, like I always say, that if you work as a carpenter or in a factory, you are allowed to do mistakes, because there won't be any harm. But if you work in a hospital, there's no room for mistakes, because mistakes will get someone hurt. Okay, so we got nothing from this guy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll
At
see you
least
later.
we healed him. That's better than
Reads me like a book.
nothing.
I never could keep anything from her.
Okay, unfinished letter. Okay, so that's the dad's, the carpenter guy. Now we got something more to talk with him, to talk to him about. So let's
Good evening,
see.
Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
That's not nice. Say 2 out of 3.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was
It's kind
very
of
much
crazy
when the bombs
to
fell.
think about that. Once upon a time, they actually sent those ships and used them in war. That's kind of crazy. When you think about what's inside them, it's all that gas.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Well,
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
so he obviously care about his kids.
Goodbye
Alright.
for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me...
So, let's see here now. So, it's the final doctor inside and it's the doctor guy outside. And then I have all of them. And so far I have healed everyone that has needed care, at least on the inside. So let's go find the last doctor dude. He's normally walking around here. There he is.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And
It's a
you
bit
are-
different,
I
this
am
guy
Thoreau
from
Strickland,
the other guy.
Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
And I'm sorry if you hear some little noise from me chewing, but I haven't eaten. It's early. Not early, but it's early because I fell to sleep really late, so I'm a bit hungry and just eating a little bit of snack.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Please, could you tell me
Well,
something about
it's quite clearly
I'm a
that
great admirer
they
of
are
your
not
work
friends.
concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories at first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
You know, I can't help it, but I just love the Pringles. Every single potato chip you take out of that box is perfect. It has the same amount of spices every single time. There is no other company that can give you that.
What can
All
you tell me
others
about
is
the pen?
different
Well,
from
it has always
bag
been an
to
honor to
bag.
work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, but with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Okay, and he's healthy, so, and we got 1 out of 3, that's always good, so, I think we're done. Oh, here.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
So, we got a new hint
This
from
personal
the father.
involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Well, it seems like he has his head in the right place. I have quite much experience with doctors, and I hate those doctors that looks at the paper and then it looks at you and he just sees a number in the bed. This guy is not that guy, but the other doctor is that guy. Well, we are
Goodbye,
done with
Dr.
him
Strickland.
for now. So let's go back to talk to this guy so we can get another.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
And that's 3 out of 3, which is a good thing. If you
Goodbye
wanna,
for now, Mr. Fiddick.
if you
I'll
wanna
see you
get
later.
an area sanitized, then the more stuff you have gotten out of the way, the better it is. Okay, let's go and have a chat with the last doctor dude. There he is.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
So this guy has fatigue
Do you
also.
need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chadana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Yep. So, this guy has 3 also. Let's
Do you
get
work
on with
here
it.
alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Yeah, that's also a way to look at it.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
That's one.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
I don't think so, Mr. Kadana.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Well, he's quite lucky.
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Well, it's always a good thing.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Just give me a second here. I'm just gonna send a message from my phone.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
I'm so excited
So
about
you're
today.
ready to die?
In
No,
1.5
I'm not.
hour, the
I don't fear death,
Premier
for I
League
won't
is
see it.
going to be finished.
What troubles me is the pain my
Very
death
exciting
will
to
inflict
see
to those I know.
You're a
What
wise man.
teams will go down
No, Dr. Reed.
and
I am a
what
foolish
teams
man,
will get
but
Champions
I
League.
like to think otherwise.
Okay, so it looks like we have gone through all of it and we got 1 out of 3 so far.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
So this guy basically sells medicine, stuff for making medicine, but it's quite expensive for now. So I'm not going to buy any of it, but at least this is a place where you know that you can buy stuff if you need it.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, it's locked all
I'm sorry
right.
that these sad and faded walls are all I have to offer.
So, final one we need to talk to, I think it was Nurse Brannigan. She's normally on the outside in one of the tents. So let's look for her. There she is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
So, to anyone watching this, right now I'm eating this Pringles called Sweet Chili Kicker. It's really awesome. It's one of 3 new tastes. The other one is kebab or something, and the final one is pulled pork. They are really good. So write in the comments what Pringles is your favorite, because it would be funny to see, because there's so many and there's different Pringles in different countries, so it would be funny to see all the different tastes, all the different kind of Pringles you can get. Let's see if we can get anything more out of her. No. Well, at least
Goodbye,
she's
nurse.
recovering.
Call me if you need assistance.
So let's see now if we have healed everyone in this area. Okay, healed. It's just Milton left, and we got them all.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, I am.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks, anyway.
Quite a character.
I'd like to see
Milton.
your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Yeah, and I would very much like to have this shotgun. It's a nice weapon to have. You don't get that many weapons in this game. It's a few here and there, but yeah. I'm trying to remember if I can get a shotgun for free, or if I actually have to buy this one. I think I'm going to start raising some money. Here's Lady Ashbury. Let's see if we can get
Jonathan,
anything else
are you
out of her.
alright?
Words cannot describe the emptiness.
I'm here for you, Jonathan. If you ever need to talk.
How do you live with the guilt?
I can't answer that, Jonathan. But we have to accept our nature. Nothing good can come of fighting who we are.
Have you killed someone you've known?
Jonathan, have you forgotten what I do here? I need to meet the men and women I kill.
Have you ever killed family?
I will not answer that. In time, perhaps.
That's probably a yes.
Could I ask you some delicate questions?
Ask, and I will answer if I choose.
There's so much I want to know. I mean, what? Where? Who?
Slow down, Jonathan. And please, not all questions should be answered.
Please tell me. Are you Lady Ashbury? Is that your real name?
Yes and no. I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood. Out of pure vanity, I cannot tell you when I was born.
Where? I mean, you don't live here.
I have a house in London, where I reside with my daughter.
A daughter? Is she,
No. Charlotte is a perfectly normal young lady. And if you must know, I adopted. Perhaps you'll meet her someday.
Yeah, and she's as cool as Lady Ashbury. Because Lady Ashbury really is a lady.
Tell me, why do you finance this hospital?
I'm lucky to be in a privileged position to help those less fortunate. Kindness takes the edge off the years.
If you'll forgive me, it seems a little hypocritical healing those that you may kill.
Jonathan, we are what we are, a paradox. Dead flesh with a lust for life.
And our Dr. Swansea? He's fine with this culling of patients.
Dr. Swansea is a man firmly rooted in the realities of the modern world. He understands what we're trying to achieve here.
I'll see you later.
All right. So that should be everyone. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's quite many that was ill. But they are not ill anymore. That's a good thing. Let's go over to Whitmore area. Whitechapel, I mean. Whitmore was stuck in my head because I've been watching Lost. I watched the entire series in 4 days, 5 days, or something like that. I started looking at that series when it was out on TV back in the day, but then I just stopped after like 1 season or so, because I can't really stand watching a show where it comes 1 episode a week. So I like to save up the show and then I can watch an entire season in a day or 2. And then I don't know, I just started watching Lost and I got so massively hooked. Disappointed about the ending though. It's not like I expected. I thought that they would all end up going back to the island in a way, but no. Okay, so there's nothing I can do here now. So, time to go to the cemetery. If I'm not wrong, it's wiser to go here. Yep, I was. So nice with dead people lying around in the streets. That's So, level 14.
Filthy piece of shit!
Oh, that was quite a bite. And he's down.
You'll pay for that!
Yeah, and you will too. And he's dead. See now why I upgraded the bite damage, because it does so much. Hello there, I just killed all your friends. As always, remember to loot all garbage cans, it's important. It's kinda ironic because we have to. The more Priven soldiers, or whatever you would call them, and the more skulls we kill, the easier the game becomes. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so I need to cross that bridge there. So there. So this is a bit strange. Hardly anything to loot. I don't know if I should go there or if I should try to go down here. But it's not possible actually. Wow, 3 shillings. I'm rich. Wow.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked, all right. So, did he so deep, this guy? So, where are we? Okay, so we're close to the hospital again. And there's a hideout there. Well, I guess I better bounce back. You can't say anything about that skill. It is cool. The way you can just go from one place to another. It looks cool and it feels cool in a way. I can't help it. Reminds me about when you charge in World of Warcraft. So let's see, hideouts, okay. Can't go down. It won't let me actually. Kind of stupid. Well, let's get to the church. Come on. And another 2. And another one bites the dust. Most of these Guard of Private soldiers are quite easy. The only ones which is annoying. Wow, 5 shilling. I'm rich. Is the priests or monks or whatever they are. Those are the annoying ones.
Stupid beast!
And you're gone. Yeah. And they're all gone. I have to dig this 2-hander, which completely smashes them. I think the fighting in this, what's that from? Kind of a monster. It's a prison. The fighting in this game is actually quite nice. I actually like it. It's like in some games it feels like you're fighting in a way, and then you have other games where it doesn't, movement and the way you hit stuff and everything, it just doesn't feel right. Someone needs help, and that's the final citizen for Whitechapel. And these guys actually hit quite hard. So come on, there, good. It'd be nice to get one of them out of the way.
What do you want?
And he's gone, and so is this one. And as always, remember to loot everything, and let's save this little thing here.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Yeah, smart chick. There, she almost died.
It's locked.
Because she's
It's
at the cemetery, and instead of going home,
Is
she...
Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
Actually, quite a slaughter inside here.
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Follow the blood trail. Yeah. It's like blood everywhere. Follow the blood explosion. Would seem more right. Okay, let's go and watch the... Ah, come on. This guy is resistant to weapons. But he's not resistant to shadow damage. And this is important. If you see a guard, most of the time they drop bullets. And if they don't, they drop
I can't
money.
believe I'm doing this.
Well, it's about time that you actually start believing it, because you have eaten about 100 rats. Ah, that was a good one. Missed completely. Ah, come on. There is that. Come on, you damn Muppets. Shotgun shells. We don't say no to that. It's always nice to get that. Even if I don't have a shotgun, but I will. Damn, so brutal. No, untarget that guy. This is where I'm supposed to go, so let's go there. So I need to go around all of this. So, guess it's down here then. Just need to look out for skulls. sounds Danish. Just checking through if there's anything to loot, because you want to loot everything.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
There we have it.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yeah, I'm stuck. You think your son is gone, her husband is dead, and the daughter is dead.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
It must really suck to have killed your own sister. How do you, like, live with that?
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
I really hope that they make a sequel to this game.
If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
I have to say that that dress or whatever it is that she wears is really cool.
I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Seems like it's like one button who holds it, all of it.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Yeah, it's easy to say that, but one thing is to actually live with it.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness. if you must.
You may be right.
Okay,
Of
2
course.
seconds, people. Just need to
I've
take
stared upon this world for
painkiller and then I'll
centuries.
continue.
And time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Okay, so the next step is to go and talk with the priests. There. And I don't mention it that often when I play. I cannot forget it. But for you people that eventually will watch this, if you do, it would be cool if you subscribe and share and like and all that stuff, you know. If this channel is going to grow, and if I'm going to be able to create the community I want this channel to be, then, well, I need subscribers. Do have plans for eventually maybe being on Discord while playing, so people that watch have the possibility to come inside and talk, stuff like that. And well, it would be cool to talk about games and stuff with people. And yeah, there's so many gaming channels where there's one dude who wants to be famous, or he wants to earn money, or well, most people start channels because they are selfish. I've only created this because I hope to create something that many people can be a part of. I mean, playing gaming is funnier with others than just playing and doing stuff for yourself. Well, that wasn't exactly much. I was hoping I could have a bit more stuff to destroy. Let's see if we can upgrade anything. I would like to upgrade this one, but I don't think I have what is needed. No. So it's good handle. I need to get. How is it with gun? Is it the same there? Yeah, good trigger parts. So it's the same thing for all of them, basically. I do think I picked up a blue one of some kind yesterday. Check this one as well, just to see. No, that's something I didn't do. Well, let's see if we can make I'll make one more and make some for fatigue. Okay, what do we have here? Stamina serum. Can't make it, so well.
Stay back, sir.
Let me see here, where am I? Let's actually no point going there. Where did that guy go? There he is. And always try to take out the big guy first because he hurts the most. A couple of hits and then a bite takes care of most of these small ones, but these bigger ones are tougher. And if there's a priest around, always kill the priest first if you can. Because the priests, well, they're not nice.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
This guy is small.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted
It's
eyes to
Vampyr
our
Mike
pastures.
Tyson.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall
Man, his fucking finger is as long as Jonathan's head.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Yep. And we're gonna have some fun with that guy later on. Well, I can't exactly say fun because he's a pain in the ass. Yeah, that sounds like it's going dandy.
Please, sir. Can't let you through.
Shit, that leech is
Fuck, you died too fast. Whoa! That was a lot of life from one bite. Jesus. So, here we are. Whitechapel. It's so clean and nice everywhere. So, I need to get to the door.
There is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
This is actually one of the other doors.
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
Yeah.
See the true horror around you.
Did I find his apprentice, by the way? Let me see here. No, I actually didn't. Great.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Okay, this is a personal matter. I have no need for a kind ear. I don't need company. Well, this seems like the
You
nicest
seem to
one.
me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
That sounds like fun.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Well, Mr. Priest, you just said that he has rage in his eye and he looks troubled. That was a good dumb question.
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Okay. So, we need to go back to Mr.
Whatever
Edgar.
happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Let's see if there... Okay, so it's only that one guy which is sick and I can't get into his home yet. But I can go to this guy and buy some stuff. Where is it? Maybe the next one.
Hail, my lord. Would you like me to...
Oh, I would not like you to do anything.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus.
I don't know why, but this guy reminds me, he could be a hobbit. He looks like a hobbit. It reminds me about that guy who played Charlie in Lost. Okay,
right,
so let's do
show
some
me what you have.
trading. And here we have some of the things I want. 64, well, that must have been fate, so let's sell something so I can buy more. 64, so we can sell some of these. And let's sell just 5 of these one. Okay, and let's see what we can sell from here. This one. Let's sell 2 more of that, and we can sell 3 of this one, and we have enough. Do you have any bullets as well? No. There. I always try to buy, if I see any blue parts for my weapons, I always try to buy them. Because you will get them from drops and stuff like that, but well, it's nice to actually buy all you, at least in the beginning, just buy everything you can buy. Getting your weapons better is the key in this game. Okay, this is the way to the hospital. I'll probably have to fight some guards, but that's just fine. Ah, priest! Come on, eat him up. And priest time.
We cannot be defeated.
Come on. I hate him. I fucking hate that priest. Ah! Come on, get him down. Kill the sucker. Ah, come on. Ah, good. You have a date with death, my friend. Yeah. You see, those priests are a nightmare. So where did I actually kill the priest? So that's that guy. Oh, this is something else. Actually, where did he go? It's like he vanished. Oh well, screw him then. That frigging light. Yeah. I don't know who was going to die, but it's not me. When you fight in this game and when you do those hits there, it actually it almost feels like you're hitting. It's the fighting system is so good. So is that a priest, isn't it? I think it is. Come on, target the other one. Yeah. Oh, damn. Did I actually one-shot that guy with a shadow damage thingy-bob? It looks like it. Okay, so it's down here. Oh, where is it? No! You were supposed to die. Well, let's do some running. There's no more enemies now. Unless I try to go up and kill that skull, but I don't know if that's...
And pain are precious when binding you.
And here is my creator.
You. I remember you.
Well, I would be worried if I saw this guy. He has 4 horns and he looks like blood. That's no normal vampire.
I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
And he's gone.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Yeah, let's go and see what Edgar knows. And he has a wizard
God
on her.
protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes.
McCullum.
My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember,
He
I've a
sits
good
there with
nose
his
for
skull in his
machinations.
hand.
I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Nah, you can't hide from me either, McCullum.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory.
We're gonna see each other later
I
on,
just had the
you and I.
carpet cleaned.
And he just had his carpet cleaned, so...
By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Yeah, that's what happened, Mr. Edgar. When you do what you do, confidence must be restored. No one will notice a few more bodies. Do you fear for your reputation? Well, let's go with
We
this one.
cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Huh. Okay, let's be the nice guy then.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Yeah, it means that I have to kill a lot of people. So, after I'm done playing today's round, I will actually play two parts today, but I'm gonna have a break eventually, and then I'm gonna go put. I created beef jerky yesterday, or at least the beef and the marinade, and I'm gonna put all of it into the thingy-bob, the dehydrator, and I'm gonna make some beef jerky. It's so damn good. They will not attack. I'll protect you all, or they are not far wrong. Well, let's go with this one.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
The sad saint of the East End. So did my mesmerize go up, or is it still at 2? Let's see. Yeah, it's still at 2. Alright.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Well, then let's go to the docks, or let's see. I'm just gonna check the time. Okay, so that's 1 hour now. I can normally try to keep these sessions at 1 hour and 30 minutes max, so I have another 30 minutes. Oh, look here, it's been a party. Party!
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
It's kind of funny because I see something here now, and she looks like, you know, that dude from the Beatles, that one that got shot. She looks like him.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started.
John
At
Lennon.
first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but well, maybe it was him.
Yeah, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. That's the mystery. Have I got... No, I still need one more.
Goodbye, nurse.
At
Call me
her.
if you need assistance.
And let's talk to this one because she
Good
wants
evening,
to
Nurse
deflect.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
So I need to
What
stop
can
her.
you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope
Isn't there
with that?
something
As a nurse
wrong
at this
about how she
It is your
looks?
duty to
I
deal
mean,
with these things as
if
best
you
you can.
Yeah,
look at a
Until it's
normal
my turn to
body,
have blood spread all over
her
the walls.
breasts are kind
I
of
entered the room first, Dr. Reed.
so far down that
I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
I mean, she's not a cow.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
Who is the real you? Cynicism will not save you. You put a price on hope.
You put a price on hope. This goes against everything you swore to uphold as a nurse.
Report me then, Dr. Reed. Report the little nurse and keep on lying about the surgical errors, the wrong dosages and diagnostics that we all covered for the sake of our colleagues.
Wow, what a nice lady.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Yeah, man. Looks like I did take that.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the
Just to
hospital?
be sure.
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reed. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Yep, quite a priest. Just gonna check to see if there's anyone sick here. No, I've gone through all of them, so they will be healthy. Once I get rested. Okay. Let's check the docs. So let's see what she has to say.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
I shouldn't really ask that, but I have
Have you
to.
embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Well, do what Jonathan does. Have a couple of ratties. Ratty.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Well, that's a good ability.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was huge.
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols
That's
or
a
trying
nice
to
way
enter
to say
religious
it.
buildings.
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Ah, that's the right way to look at it. Okay.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
I think Jonathan is likes this Mrs. Ashbury. Okay, time to go to the docks. Just checking to see if there's anything here. Oh, look there. It's a skull. Well, let's try to see where we are actually. I think I can. So if I do like this. Oh, look! I'm rich! Phew. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, but I am at the docks, so. Let's see if we can find the shop that she wanted me to go to. And soon we will meet the only guy that I'm going to eat. Because he's not a nice person. Okay. Try to take this one out. It's a special one. Yeah, come on. Bite the sucker. Let's get some. Come on. One out of the way. That's one less to worry about. And the other one died as well. Well. Good day. This is the shop owner. Wasn't he supposed to drop something? Dr. Strickland's list, ordered by Dr. Thoreau Strickland, Pembroke Hospital, list of substances and ingredients. Lac something, medical opium, sodium and potassium.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
No, that doesn't sound like something you want to have in your medication. Opium. See if there's anything else to loot here. There we have at least a garbage can. So find Sean Hampton, but I want to find something else first. This place I'm going now is kind of almost like a labyrinth. That was a nice thing to get. Let's see here. Okay, so I do not want to go over there. I want to go here.
Watch out! Filthy piece of shit!
That's not a nice thing to say. That's what happens when you have to use names and shit like that. Come on! Drops more. Can I get some good stuff soon? Wow, look, a fortune. Woo! Okay, that guy, he looks hungry. I think I know where I am now. I think this is the way to save a guy who's out looking for his son. Come on, hit him. Come on, bite the sucker so he dies. Come on. Good. Stand still. Come on, stand still for the love of God. Okay, let's do like this. Jesus, he hurts. This frigging took most of my life with only one hit. Some of these skulls are so strong. I mean, the only attack they have is like claw or something like that. Well, I'm getting some nice items here now. And some more bullets. Let's say no to that, and even more bullets. Okay. So let's do like this. It's always a good opener. And let's beat the living crap out of him. And another one bites the dust. That guy had a really bad breath. Okay, not good, not good, not good. Come on, get in now. And that one too, come on. Oh, that was it. Whew. When you fight 3 of these ones here in the docks, which is a bit stronger, it's like kind of stressful. Well, let's talk to this guy.
Sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Bah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
No, it's not the best way to save Andrew. He's healthy. So go save Andrew somewhere else. I think I should check this place out. I think it's some good stuff here if I don't remember wrong. Ooh, 5 shillings. Ooh, silver mirror. Must be some lady that wants to buy that for some coins. Come on, whole room without anything. Oh, here one. 11 shilling. That's a new record. Why does it have to be so fucking dirty everywhere? It's like when you play those survivor games like Days Gone and The Last of Us and stuff like that. It's like if you live somewhere, why can't you clean? Dear mother, whatever happens to me, always remember that your son loves you. I know you did not always approve of the way I chose to live my life, but I won't change. I was born and raised in this part of town, and I just can't stand what is happening to my neighborhood, to people we know. I recently made a terrible decision. I decided to strike back against the tyranny of a few. I know that they will retaliate, but I'm ready for whatever comes. Thanks to you, I've always loved to read. Now that I'm about to take action, I can only quote Etienne de la Boetie. They only seem tall because we're on our knees. I won't kneel anymore, Mother. I intend to stand straight, whatever the cost. Goodbye, my beloved mother, Jack. Well, Jack,
there is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case.
You shouldn't have done
Jack
that.
Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Yeah, or maybe you can give it to someone else. So he can be Jack. Okay, I think I've looted everything here. Time to go. Or did I loot this? Yeah, I seem I already did. So, stop drinking and go home. Well, this was nice that I actually got here already. Let's see where we are. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Is this for, yeah, that's for the bridge. Let's just go up a little bit. Should be some stuff here. Whoa, 10 shillings. Things is looking bright for you, Jonathan. Let's have some rap.
This is
despicable. Okay, that's it for now. I'm not gonna cross the bridge at the moment. Wow, a bullet.
This is a slaughterhouse.
From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella.
From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella.
And we all know who's down here.
Who are these people?
And
It's
those are the people that I'm going to do. That's the guy that I'm going to do something about, because he's a nut job, and if I do something about him, it will help another guy. So he's actually worth eating. Okay, that was the place I came from. Let's go here then. Here's Seymour.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being...
Why not?
I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton?
The sad saint. Why would you talk to that cunt?
Actually, that's confidential.
Well, that's nice to say.
Well, go ask someone else then. I'm sure Tom Watts will gladly answer you.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
He's such a nice
guy.
guy.
Who deserves your leniency then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Do you require medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Yep.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life.
Why didn't that get marked as
So
grey?
good.
Okay, I need to get something out. I'm not eating him before I got him fully up.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
You can be a bit stupid sometimes.
Have you no remorse? You don't even deny your crimes.
I have many weaknesses, Dr. Reed, but lying about who I am ain't one of them.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Well, that's the one. Okay.
Tell me about your
See if we
victims,
can
Seymour.
get some
Who
more
were they?
out of it.
Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
So you don't want to get on this guy's nerves.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Still only one.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
Ah, come on. Get the final two with Sister Rage. You should seek help.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Okay, so one more.
Don't you
Hope
think
I
you
get
should
it from
seek
this
help?
one.
Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
He's a mama boy.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead?
Yeah.
She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I think she would. Death is not an appropriate answer. I understand her dilemma. Death is an appropriate punishment.
Death is an appropriate punishment for your crimes, Seymour Fishburne. Cherish every day that you spend as a free man.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose, but she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Okay, so one hint required. Let's see. I took all of those. Yeah, that's it for now.
Goodbye, Mr.
See if I can get the final clue out of his mother. Then I can eat him. Where does she live again? I always have some problems remembering that. Let's see, that's the bridge. Let's see if we can... There's a lot of stuff in this area. And we have some more money. Big fortunes lying around. If I get on here, I think I'm gonna talk to this guy. Let me see if I can find him. No, nothing here. I'm not gonna go over to the other side yet because I wanna have a mission first to go there. Get some alcohol. And this guy just has the best name of all the names in the game.
A vampire?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire hunter?
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
Ichabod.
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Yeah. I don't think you have hunted anything.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton.
Ichabod Throgmorton, that's the best name ever.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist. And they're close.
Mr.
Yeah, they're close.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
That's right.
I'd like to hear more about
Mr. Vampire Hunter
A man
talking
of
to a
science?
vampire. And
Well, I'll be
yeah,
glad to enlighten
close.
you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Yeah, the Lord works in mysterious ways, isn't that what they say? Okay. So, let's see here. Okay. Who could help me
Maybe
find
at least
Sean
you can
Hampton?
tell me who could help me find him.
Tell
I
you
guess
what,
it's Tom.
Go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Yeah, because you're not a people person. Mr. Vampire Hunter talking to a vampire. Yeah. Okay.
What can you tell me
talk
about
some
this
more.
neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my
I don't
duty.
think you could have done
I
much,
am
Mr.
convinced Jack Gillingham was
Throgmorton.
killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
That was one.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Yeah. That's what George Michael sang. Careless whisper.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, Frank?
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires
Yeah,
are just like
agree.
every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Okay, that was all I could get
Goodbye.
out of this guy.
And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Okay. Where does she live again? Stella Fishburne or whatever it is. Well, let's go and talk to Tom.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Okay, let's see what we
What
can
can you
get
tell me
out
about
of
this
this
part of town?
dude.
Well, it's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is, and I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Okay, so we got
I see.
the key.
So you get
for
pressure
the
from all sides
place
about
to
how
get
this place should be
gin.
run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
2, 4, 5. Wow.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. No, personal questions here.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her for sure.
What is bothering you then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Yeah, but that's life. Okay, let's go for Sean then.
I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Well, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Okay, let's see what the time is. Okay, I should really stop this episode now.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
One. Okay, so I will stop this episode for now because I don't want them to get too big. If you like this episode, subscribe and share on social media and press the like button and all that stuff. It will be cool. And I don't know what time it is when you're watching this, if you're watching it, so have a good morning, good day, evening, night, or whatever it is, and I'll catch you guys or girls in the next episode in about an hour or so, maybe even not that long, but I have to go and deal with making some beef jerky.
He's just another lost orphan.
So okay guys and girls, see you in the next one. Laters.